Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? This is the water. Yeah, the water tanks. I thought that this was actually slurry. No, slurry is over there, and I should have realised because I'd walked right past the slurry lagoons. No, the water is here, so that tower that we've got right over there is a complete waste of time. Probably won't even bother removing it, but what I have done is I have got a placeable hydrant, and I've placed that one right there. So we don't actually have to move the tractor at all. What we can do is we can literally just start unloading the water there and then reloading the water there. And it will slowly work down towards emptying the tanker, but it's going to take quite a while. And if you take a look here, you can see the water starting to climb up. So, yeah, 10,000 litres of water, and it's barely anything on the red bar. Now, this one over here went to, I think it was like 170,000 litres of water, something like that. It's already dropped quite a bit. So, we'll keep an eye on that. My question, before we go any further, my question for this week is, now we go back through, I spent most of yesterday's episode talking about this weekly question. Do you want me to turn this entire map into a field? Now, it won't actually be the entire map into one field because it's not possible because of the way the roads and the fences and that are. But, I haven't actually checked right here what we've got. Now, there is a fence there, but there's no fence down here, so that bit we don't need to worry about. So, if we go and visit this bit down here, we've got the milk cell. Well, we're inside the factory at the moment. And if I go Z to increase my run speed, there we go. So we come out here. This road up here, it doesn't have any fence along the top side. There's fence along the top side of that field, which is a little bit inconvenient. And there is fence that runs all the way down the side of field 22. And I think it runs all the way down the side of field 22. All the way around here. I mean, this road is a big road anyway, so we can't go around it. So that basically means that we can't go across there with the field. We can't go across here with the field. That's too close. You can actually fall off the side of the map there. I did not expect that. And we can go for a stroll here underneath the map. No, I honestly didn't think that you could fall off this map anywhere. I thought it was designed so that you couldn't fall off the map anywhere at all. We're now stuck. So let's just go to a machine. Right, back here at the yard. But anyway, my weekly question, do you want me to turn this into field? So what we got is we got one field there in the middle. We've got one little field here around field 24. It's going to be the small. Actually, this is going to be the smallest one around field 25 because I think that's fenced. I'm not certain, but I think it is. And then another one there. You've got a field here and a field here that's sort of going to go around that little bit of gully there. This will make a kind of big field around here. We've got another field here, and then this one, because of where the fences are, I mean, we're going to have these lines where the gorges are in between, but most of this will be able to be connected up into one massive, great, big, giant field, which is going to be absolutely spectacular if we could do it. However, the problem with that is that it is going to take a long time to do it. It's going to be a big project to do. It could take a couple of weeks of time to completely do it. And that is going to be, that's kind of the problem. That's the bit that I'm asking you about, is do you want me to spend a couple of weeks working on this big project to turn the entire map into one big field? So it's your vote, it's your game. Head in the comment section down below. Let us know what you think about it and what you want to do and why. And of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right-hand corner. Now, I am currently walking the outside edge of the cattle fields. And this does take up a huge amount of space. So we may not, that there is definitely going to be space that we can't use. Because of the fence all the way along here, this is all stuff that we won't be able to plough up. We cannot get the combines and stuff like that into the cattle pasture, which means we're not going to be able to do it in here. So what we're going to do, well, we will have to come round the outside of it. I'm pretty sure that we can actually do that. I mean, we could go through the gateways, but that's defeats the object of it. It's supposed to be a field that we are working. So we can come up through this side. And there's all of this here that we'll be able to plough up, and we go straight through. But yeah, where the cows are, in the middle, you got an area here. It's all of that bit there that we won't be able to reach, and then all of this piece out to here. And I don't think there is enough room down that side to put any field. So what we'll have is we'll have a little leg come down here, and then there is some area up through here that we will be able to use. Not all of it, because we've got a lot of this is sheep pasture as well. But there is a little bit in there that I think we might be able to use that piece up through the middle there, but maybe not. But we can certainly come down around here, and we've got all of this bit here, and we can come up over and round here. We've got a gorge here, so it would sort of come up round here and then back up down to here. So we can use all of it, and we can get it all into one field. Even if we've got sort of long, odd-shaped dog legs on it, it could work. But, like I said, it's going to take several weeks to be able to do it properly, so you may not want me to actually do that. So it's your vote, it's your game. Now then, we've got cows, and we've got a little bit of straw in for these cows. So today, we are going to be all about feeding the cows. And we're up to 132,000 litres of water, and it's barely touched on them. So 5,000 cows is going to be quite a job to get them completely done. And I'm thinking actually that the first task we will do is we'll put a little bit more of this straw in for the cows, but how much we put in I'm not quite sure yet. So let's just grab another 100,000 litres and run. Oh, I can't run any faster than 3 times speed. If I try to do that too much, I'm going to end up dropping bales through the map, which I really don't want to do because we don't have very much straw. We are going to need to get straw soon. It's going to be one of our priorities, I think. So let's go back in there and chuck another one. That's 400,000 litres of straw that I've put in there so far. So if I grab one more, that'll do for now. So it's 500,000 litres of straw that we've chucked in for these cows. There we go. 500,000. I mean, I'm saying these numbers. We're starting to get used to these numbers. So I'm saying them. And they're just kind of rolling off the tongue really easily. But it's still 500,000 litres. That is a massive amount. That really, really is. Right. Next up, we need grass. Now, the grass is going to be fairly easy. Let's just skip through the John Deere's. There we go. We go to the grass hopper there. And we need to lower. Yep. And that brings that one out. And then we can start it up. And the thing that I love about this is I've made 0 alterations to this mod. This is all on its own. This is how this bad boy works. It's fast. It's efficient, it cleans up all of the grass, and I don't think there is collision on those bits on the sides either. There isn't. That is even better. It's even more awesome. So, I mean, 100,000 litres of grass isn't going to go very far, and that's all you can fit into this one is 100... Is it 100? Yes, it is. It's 100,000 litres. That's all you can fit into it is 100,000 litres, which means that even though it does go really fast, and it's really efficient, and all the rest of it, it's still going to take a while to fill the cows up with grass. Where are the cows, actually? Oh, they're just over there. So if we just run this one around the edge of this field here and go straight up this direction, I'm thinking that we might get the second one of these, put it on follow me and offset it. I'm not sure how far we offset it by, but if we can put it on follow me and offset it, we can then do a run down there and back, getting grass. I mean, look at all the grass here. There's loads of it. So we've got plenty of grass that we could get. We can always... And we don't need to worry if we do decide that we're going to spend all that time ploughing up the map. There is still going to be grass available because we can just go into the cows' actual fields and get grass from in there. So that could work quite easily. There's no sort of need to worry about that. Right, that's full. And if we come whizzing along here, I already tested this. It does work. You can unload the grass just fine into the cows. So let's bring that in here. 100,000 litres. There we go. Up like that and tip. In your own time. Go on. There's no rush. It does take a little while to unload, but it does work. And if you look sideways, that's why it doesn't unload very well, because of the angle that the grass goes at, which isn't very good. So that's partly, it's a very, very peculiar way of unloading, isn't it? Sort of the angles that it all moves at, but it does work. I mean, yeah, there's room for improvement on this mod, quite frankly, but it's also absolutely fantastic, so I'm not going to complain too much. Right, 100,000 litres has not done a great deal, so what I think we'd do is if we can bring this one over here. Actually, no, well, I'll tell you what, we'll sell this one. We'll buy 3 of them, so that way we can easily flick between them. That's the best way to do it. And then we'll get 3 or 4 of them and load them up, and then get them back and tip them. So if I sell that one and then I go back to here, we want to... Now, I can't remember where these are. Where are they located? Are they in cars? No, they're not. They're not in cars. They might actually be in the miscellaneous section. Where is... That's the miscellaneous section. Oh, yeah, there they are. Right, 20,000. There is no options on them at all, so we'll get 4 of these. Should we get 5? We'll get 5, so then we can have 500,000 litres of grass. Nice and easy. And very quick as well. There we go. And how many is that? Let me go and take a look. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. I'm going to get these set up somewhere. I'm not quite sure where. I actually might just hop them over the fence right here. Get them set up and get the follow me on the sort of the right distances and everything so that we can start mowing. Right, we're getting there slowly. It's you don't actually get to see the machine itself on the map. It doesn't show up, and I'm not quite sure why. I'm guessing just because of the category that it's in or something. But anyway, what we're doing is we are doing follow me. So we're basically putting all of these into a train, and I go like that. Actually, before I do that, I'll take it off. I want to go press V to lower and then B to turn it on. So now nope. I go to follow me, and then I'm offsetting it by 14. I'm offsetting to the left by 14, and that's giving them all a full swath. The only issue with this is I haven't actually tested yet to see if it's going to cause us any issues. Oop. We turn that one on. It's very quiet when it's not actually mowing. When it is mowing, it gets quite loud. So let's follow that one. There we go, and offset that one by 14 as well. Now we'll see if this is going to work. I don't know if it will. Oop, wrong way. Go up through here. Right, and we go to the front one. We've got a little way that we can go there. So let's just go along slowly and allow them to just establish where they've got to go, because the whole follow me train, because it's so offset, it could cause a couple of issues with like where it's going to follow properly. I mean, like that one at the back, he's going a little bit loopy, but he's settled down. He has settled in. Okay. Right, that actually seems to be working, and now I've got to persuade them to turn a corner. This is going to be more tricky. Yeah, that one's lost his mind. Okay, they've all lost their minds. Let's move on. That one's gone out, and well, it might actually work. It might work because of the way that they turned. They might actually be able to do it. I didn't expect that. Yes, it's worked. Okay, right. I'm going to go reasonable speed, I would say. Well, I say reasonable speed. 24 miles an hour is maximum speed for this one. We don't need to go any faster than 24 miles an hour. And I'm not going... I think I might... I was wondering whether I should just go straight up through and leave it at that, or if I should try to turn and come back down and do it again. I don't think I will. I think I will just go straight up through like this, and then we get whatever we've got. I mean, I'm not quite 50. I'm not 50% yet on this, so I haven't reached a full 50% on the tank. And here is not going to be... Is it going to be wide enough to allow... I don't think I'm going to be able to get all of the vehicles running up through this piece. I think they're going to hit the fence. That's a bit of an issue. So the one at the back is going to end up not being properly filled, which isn't exactly what we want. I mean, if I can stay going like this... Well, it is running up through there, but it's only half on. Half of it is on the road and half of it is on the grass. One of them is currently 60%. This one here that I've got at the moment is 50%. So they're getting closer. 70%, the one at the top. It's got to get round that forager. So what we're going to do is we're going to move them into the field here. I think they're still going to hit the forager. And if we could come along here. So where are we going to get more grass from? I probably should have turned around where I was. 78% there. This is actually going to be really tricky. You don't sort of think about these things when you're setting up stuff like this. So we've got the fences there. I don't want to be hitting fences and stuff like that. So even if I drive down along here, I'm going to be hitting those trees with the mowers. So we'll probably have to I need to get the other side of those sheds, and then there is some more down there. But I think those ones down there, they're going to come to grief by hitting the trees at the back. Let me go. We'll cycle back through them, and we'll see how they're doing. That one's going to be all right. This one's getting a little bit of grass, but it could end up hitting the trees anyway. And then we got this one at the back. How is this one going to cope? This is the important one. This is like the decider. Tell you what, most of them are now at 80% or higher. Well, almost 80%. Not quite 80%, but I mean, this one here is 83, 84. And it's going to get through without hitting the tree as well. This is a really good thing. So this is our front one. So we'll take off again. And we're going to need to go all the way around the outside edge of that shed there. And then once we've gone around, there's a big patch of grass the other side of that shed, isn't there? So we could do that. Ooh. That one at the back. Is he going to get close enough to hit that tree? He's going to... Oh, he just missed it. Just missed it. He's going to actually fill completely before we get up here. And this front one is still only 65%. This one is by far the lowest one now. So if I can bring this over here. I don't want to turn too sharp. It did cause some issues. We come up through this way. And... oh, it is actually doing it. I mean, the back two look like they're going to struggle. But that's because they're at 100% anyway, so those two don't really matter. And then we've got the two behind me. One of them will be 100% before he gets across this particular run of grass. The next one isn't going to be very far behind. So really, it's all down to the mower that I'm driving. And if I just go back on myself like this, the others will follow along behind. So we've got 3 at 100. The next one is going to be in a minute. They'll run out in it's going to be a wide, slow sweep for the ones at the back. 99% behind me here. So it's just me now, and it doesn't really matter where I drive in comparison to the rest of them. So long as, if I can keep those on my left-hand side, so I keep the field on my left, it's not going to matter. They're not going to be able to hit anything so long as the field stays on my right, rather, on my right. And we're full. Right. 5 of them at 100%, and where are they? I got one that's gone all the way over there, and I got one that's probably not going to make it. So there's the third, that's the fourth one there, and you are lost. Okay, this one's hopelessly lost. Is it going to be able to straighten up and find where it's got to go, or is it just going to keep doing this? I got a feeling it's going to just keep doing this. Oh no. No, he's done it. He's actually managed to find his path. Coming round. It's because they can go so fast when they're full that they're very, very easily spinning out of control. Okay, let's take the follow me off for a moment. And I'll go to there like that. Right. We've got those. This is the front one. So if I can just slowly... Actually, I'm just going to bomb it. I'm going to cane it up through to here, and then we'll go and get the back ones if we need to. I suspect that the very back ones will need to anyway, but so long as we can keep it reasonably straight, they should be okay. What I'm also hoping to do is if I can come in round here like this, I can persuade some of them to actually launch themselves. So that one's brilliant. And another one. That one's just going crazy. This one here, oh, he's catching up. What's it going to do? Is it going to be able to catch up, or is it just going to go straight into the fence? I think it's going to go into the fence, actually. We'll take this one off of follow. And I'm going to get a bit of a run up, and we're going to launch this one off the silage clamp. Stop back here. Come up through. So we need to unload all 5 of these into the cattle now, so we can launch that one up over there. And he has done so without too much trouble, actually. Okay. I'll take this one. Actually, we'll park all 5 of these up in the shed for now. I mean, we've got 500,000 litres of fresh grass, which is enough to keep them going just for a bit. So if I can just bring that one in there and start unloading it, and then I'll go to the next one here. I'll take that one off of follow, and we'll run this one straight up behind the other one that's already in the shed, and then this one can go on to follow as well. In round there. See, that one's still tipping. And start tipping this one. And this is the thing. See, the way that they tip like that is very peculiar way that they do it. Take this one off of follow. And we weave this one in and out a little bit. He should do the job okay. Yes, just fine. I really do like these. Having a lot of fun driving. I mean, yes, they are a little bit crazy, but they're a lot of fun to drive around. Oh. And he's on the wrong side of the fence. Right. That one, if I take it off of follow, and then I can go to there, and hopefully I'll be able to move him without any trouble if I just drop him down up there. Excellent. This teleport mod is so much better than having to... Oop. Yeah, start it up. Teleport mod is so much better than having to reset the vehicles to the shop and then drive it all the way back and so on and so forth. It does take a long time to do things like that, doesn't it? So this one, it does save a huge amount of time. Let's bring that one in as well. I'm deliberately ramming that one up because I want to get them fairly close. And we can start unloading that one, and then we go to the very back one. Bring that one in, and that is 500,000 litres of grass that we've got in for the cows, and we'll see what percentage it is. Actually, it's 600,000 litres, isn't it? That's what we've got all together. We've got 600,000, not 500,000, a full 600,000. Now, I want to get on top of here so that I can see the vehicles. Okay, they look very cool. That one's finished. I'm gonna take these. Oop, I don't want that one. I want this one. We'll take these and we'll put them out this end of the cattle yard because we'll probably get grass in future from out here anyway. It's just gonna be a lot easier just to drive around the field out here and do it. So let's park that one there. Now the next one, and we'll just whiz up through here with each of them. The grass is already being spilled all over the place from the cows. We're just on normal time for the cows, and it's already causing us issues. So I'm going to try and get all of these lined up next to each other. And I'm thinking about having these for the picture for today, which is why I'm lining them up carefully. But also, it would be nice, you know, I know that we're just having a mess around, but it would also be nice to, like, farm tidy for a change, because we don't always do that, do we? We do tend to just leave things lying around wherever we last dumped them. And we've got a huge cattle enterprise going on here. All of these 5,000 cows is it is a fair size. I mean, it might be small by some people's standards, but as far as I'm concerned, 5,000 is an enormous quantity of cows to be using. And yeah, it's I'm not really sure. I'm trying to picture it in real life. I'm just trying to imagine what it would be like. And I'm genuinely struggling to picture 5,000 cows and what they would actually be like in real life. But there we go. We have a lineup of these buggies. They're like dune buggies, really, aren't they? Absolutely fantastic. So let's leave those where they are, and we can come back in here. Next up, we've got straw, we've got fresh grass, we've got water. We've only got $6 million left, which isn't a great deal. Water is on 353,400, so 500,000. We're probably going to need 2 million litres of straw minimum to fill the straw up. The grass is going to be about the same. So we're going to need improvements. We're going to need... I'm just trying to think how best we could get the straw in here, or how best to get the straw for a start. How are we going to do it? Because, quite frankly, it's not going to be easy however we try to do this, because of the sheer volume of material that we're going to need. It's just not going to be easy at all. So I'm going to bring this over here, and we'll unload these bales on this side. I want to go B to select the side to unload it, and then over there, press Y and drop them down there. I'm going to move this lorry forward just a little bit and stop there. Right, next up, we need to be able to... let's just take a look here. So the reproduction rate now is 1 animal every 51 minutes. The next animal in 17 minutes. And that's without any silage, hay, or power food. So at the moment, we are on 28% productivity. Now, we've got water, and the cleanliness is still classed 100%, even though you could see in the shed there was a load of grass already showing up at the bottom. So next up, we want a feed mixer, and we want the Keenan Mech Fiber 340, which doesn't look very big, but it has an impressive capacity of 1.2 million litres of mixed feed. So we'll get that one. Yep, and I've deliberately done 1.2 million. It was an easy one, so it's like an easy number to mess around with. We also need a telehandler. And we want a special block cutter. That we want the block cutter. Block cutter 2? Yes, it is the block cutter 2 meter. It's that one there. We already run out of time. We have already run out of time. That's ridiculous. Buy that one. Yes. And back away from there. And we will get the Merlot. I like the Merlot. It's something that I've used personally. I've used a Merlot. It's not actually that dissimilar to this one. It was several years, but nearly 20 years ago that I used it. Actually, I'd say more like 16 years ago, I think. But anyway, we're going to buy that one. And there we go. Right. Back, back, and back. So now we can go and get the Merlot. Oh, no, I want to come out of the lorry. And then if I go sideways, I can get the Merlot. Is this one going to allow me to hitch on the mixed feeder at the same time? I know that you probably wouldn't be able to run it while you're on this one, but it should. I'm hoping that it will at least allow us to pick it up. So if I can just bring that one up a little bit. Back up. And yes, ideal. Right, so we can pick this one up. That's going to make life a little bit quicker. So we can go there, we can press F11, and we can drop ourselves there. Oh, perfect judgment. Right, so we've got these 2 silage clamps. So I'm going to open up that one at the back there. And we're going to start using that one. But first of all, before we open up the silage clamp, we've got to put some bales of straw and some bales of hay into the mixed feeder. And it's 1.2 million litres. The bales are all 100,000 litres each. So all we got to do is we've got to put 4 bales of each. We've got 4 bales of hay, 4 bales of straw into here. That will take up 800,000 litres of space. And then the remaining 1/3 of space that is left will be... Oop, I'm going too fast, aren't I? I'll bring that one over. Yes, that is going to allow me to drop them in. So we just... If I bring this one forward a little bit further, it'll be a bit easier. We can just drop it in from each side. So 100,000 litres on each. So yeah, it would be 400,000 straw, 400,000 hay, and 400,000 silage. Now, we could actually do this. If I was to change it a bit, how many have I put in? I think that's 3 there. So we do, yes, 3. So I'll do 300,000 of those. 300,000 hay, and then we'll do 600,000 silage, and it should still allow us to do it if I can get the hay into the feeder. There we go. There's 1 and 2 and 3. We can just pick that one up. Drop you in there. Excellent. Right. 600,000 litres of mixed feed. I haven't increased the speed or anything of this Merlot. I probably should, actually. I mean, I did increase the speed of the size of the block cutter, which I felt would be a great big help. No, 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 don't tip over. Okay, I didn't expect that one to become really loose like that. I was not expecting that at all. Let's unhitch that one there, and we come back over to here. So, yeah, I'm thinking that we probably want to unhitch it a little bit differently. So let's go here and open silo. If I press R, I'll bring this one closer. Now, I was also considering using a self-propelled one, self-propelled mixer. And I figured if we had a self-propelled mixer, we would then just go straight into the silage clamp and start pumping it full. It'd be probably a lot easier to do than doing like this. So I might do that for next episode. I might have the mixer ready. Now, how do I... The block cutter doesn't open. Why is the block cutter not opening? Okay, that's moving that way. Using the other button is actually opening the... That'll lift that one up and down. Helper settings. Right, is this block cutter really not going to work properly? After all that, I didn't have time to test it. It's not going to work properly. It's not going to allow me to open the block cutter. I can do that, but I can't actually open the block cutter. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I really thought that we could do better. Right, so that block cutter is not going to work unless it's the Merlot that's doing it. I'm looking at this and I'm not seeing a lot in the way of controls. There's no option to open it, and I'm really sorry about this. This was supposed to work. This would have been just right. We could have finished up by fully feeding all of the animals. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get a different... I'll get a different grab. I'm going to get rid of this thing, because if the block cutter's not working, that's kind of beyond my control, really. All I've done is alter the capacity of it, but it's not actually allowing us to open the front of it. And not being able to open the front is kind of the big issue with it here. So, yeah, block cutter 2 meters. That was the one that I used. That was definitely... Well, we know it's the one that I altered because of the capacity of it. So if we come up through here, I mean, would it work on this? There isn't a block cutter available for this. I might just change one of these buckets or something like that and do that instead. I haven't actually got a large capacity bucket available at the moment, which is a little bit unfortunate, so we're not going to be able to do any more. We will have to finish feeding all of these tomorrow. So tomorrow we will feed the 5,000, and they will no longer be hungry, and the idea is I would like to try and get the rest of the food in before we get another cow, so we can see exactly what the reproduction rate and everything else is for the cows when they are on exactly 5,000 cows. Now I think it's going to go up quite a lot. So and then obviously after that we want to see what it's like when we get to the full amount. So let me just start unloading that one, and we'll put that one going again. So that's filling up with water. There is all our cows. Hungry babies they are, hungry girlies. Look at them all. Thousands and thousands of cows. That is absolutely fantastic. Look at that. But anyway, my question for this week is, do you want me to plow up the entire map? It's going to be a huge project if we do it. And it will involve, it'll be a couple of weeks of work, I should think, being able to do it. But it would involve, basically, we would plow up the entire map and turn it into one absolutely massive field. Well, like we've said, it's probably going to be several fields, especially south of the road here. But this piece north of the road, I'm hoping that we could make it all into one big field. Because of the long lines of fence lines and stuff that are stuck into the field all the way through, it could actually be quite interesting doing the combining. It's going to take a long time to do one sort of round around the outside of the field. So we'll see. We'll see what that works out like, and I'll see if you guys want me to do it, because like I said, it's going to be a couple of weeks in order to do it, so it may not be something you want to watch. You may think that is just going to be a little bit too boring to watch, and not really your cup of tea. But anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give me a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. Oh, press X. Press X to unfold it. Yeah, I really don't have time now, so we are going to have to do this tomorrow anyway. But at least we can do it with this one. We know that we can do it with this one, so we'll do that tomorrow. So yeah, like I was in the middle of saying, if you enjoyed this episode, please head down below and give me a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come watch as well. That would be absolutely awesome. Yeah, I cannot believe that we just had to press it. I just suddenly had this inspiration. Why don't I try pressing X? And what do you know? It does actually work. I mean, it's going to take a while, actually, to load it up, especially considering that you don't get the full 100,000 litres on a bucketful. I'd still like to try the other mixed feeder. The, because we're going to, yeah, you're going to have to take 6 bucketfuls of this in order to make it actually fill the machine all the way to the top. Which is quite a lot. It takes quite a bit to do this, doesn't it? Yeah, well, we'll worry about it. We're going to play around with this tomorrow. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.